Hello. Oh, okay. You were on a black screen for a minute. Order in the Versus Court. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Versus Court. Not Fan Battle Cast, as the title screen will lead you to believe. For some reason, that still hasn't been changed. Even though I told Chirm about it, but whatever. My name is Sol. I am your grateful and lovely host for today. We have Moloch. I'm going to move you up here.
Hello, how y'all doing?
You guys are a little bit close on the OBS, so I'm gonna shrink you down. There we go. Now we can see everybody. We have Versus.
Hello, I'm Jury again.
And we have the ever lovely Akuma.
Yo!
Move this a little. Again, it's been a minute since I've been on one of these. So today, a pitch that has been recorded and uploaded, so go and check it out. Grunkle Stan from Gravity Falls versus Reigen. I forget his last name. I haven't actually seen Mob Psycho.
Reigen
Reigen
Arataka.
Arataka from Mob Psycho 100. Yeah, with this, I'm gonna try and not say the words Fan Battle Cast as I went to right but there. We are your hosts at the Versus Court, and we will be debating on who wins. We've got a 60 seconds though. Who wants to start?
I think I'll start.
Sure,
Start.
let me get you your 60 seconds.
Also, Akuma, I think there's a lot of oh, there we go. I was gonna say there's a lot of static in your background.
I just think it's when Akuma's unmuted.
Right.
Ready?
Okay.
You just start speaking and I'll press enter.
All right. Reigen Arataka, the greatest psychic of the century, master of mob, the savior of all from cursed spirits and other powerful psychics alike. Some may call him a fraud, but to me, he is truly the master of his craft, where nobody is even on an equivocal level to his majesty. Using his eloquence and his articulate words, he can take down even the most fearsome and powerful of foes. And if things start to look really bad, he has plenty of special moves in his arsenal to help him get out of a jam. Stan might have a bunch of weirdness on his side, but I know for a fact that Reigen Arataka will prove that he is the greatest con man of all.
Okay. My turn. If there is one character you do not want to fuck with, it is Grunkle Stan. Stanley Pines was a twin individual who was kind of the lesser of the two. He wasn't as smart as his brother, he wasn't as kind of courageous as his brother, but one day his brother kind of fell through an interdimensional portal and was nowhere to be seen. Stan is a surprisingly great fighter, a great grunkle, and kind of took up the identity of his brother for years and let people believe that, you know, he was gone. He has been married, he has been banned in a bunch of different, I think he's banned in like nearly every single state. He has fought a fucking pterodactyl for his family. He has even outsmarted a resident interdimensional god Bill Cipher. If there is one person that you do not fuck with out of everybody that we've had on Versus Court, it is Grunkle Stan. He will hit you with his bat, he will run you over with his car, he will use whatever weapons he can to be the greatest man ever. Because the Mystery Shack is not a scam. It's a great place to go. Come on. It's fine. Yes, so this is going to be so interesting to get into because these are two relatively grounded characters, I would say, right?
Yes, yeah, they're pretty grounded if you just take them as they normally are.
Yeah, but I mean, there's not going to be like cosmological high tier weapons and stuff and all that, you know. We're talking about
Thankfully, no.
we're talking about like bare fists. Do we want to start off with kind of equipment? Just because I like to leave stats till the end. To not paint as clear as a picture. I guess we can go over equipment and like how they fight. Because I think Reigen is lacking in equipment, would you say?
I wouldn't say Reigen's lacking in equipment. More so that he is atypical fighter. Let's say that.
Yeah. Do you want to start talking about it?
Sure. And I can actually use my powers to pull up my own
Oh
image.
my god, you
Haha.
can.
So, that's
Oh
right.
shit.
So this, the man before you, is Reigen Arataka. And as you can see, he comes almost always equipped with a standard stylish gray suit, his phone, which he can use to call people at any time, and also some stylish black shoes. As you can see, Reagan has such fashionable hair that he's able to convince clients almost immediately that he is the real deal and can help them with any problem. He oozes style and confidence no matter where he goes because of his immaculate fit.
Yes.
Reigen Arataka is also known for putting on plenty of nice smelling deodorant and perfume to make sure that he doesn't smell bad in front of his clients. By doing so, he presents himself very professionally at all times. Reigen Arataka is
Have we got anything to actually talk about with this guy? Do you want me to take? Do you want me to take over while you formulate your arguments?
Oh,
no. I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
oh no, I love that. That was hilarious. He's got a suit and a phone.
But no, I think people watching can tell. I mean, or they probably already know. Like Reagan, he's just a dude. He's just a normal guy. But just because he's a normal guy doesn't mean he doesn't have a few tricks up his sleeve, right? So one of the things that Reagan always comes equipped with. Can you please pull up pocket sand
Yep.
saw?
I'm gonna have to. Your file has disappeared.
No.
Your file has disappeared.
This is one of Saul's special techniques where he gets rid of his opponent's
Yeah.
scans.
That is okay. Hang on.
Oh,
I'm not even kidding. It
You want
is.
me to
Yeah.
pull it
If you
up?
want to pull it up, it's just
I got you.
that's so strange.
All right. As you can see here, this is one of Reagan's signature moves, the salt splash, where he throws salt at an opponent's face. This is very powerful against cursed spirits, but even against ordinary people, he can use it to blind their eyes.
Good news. I found your scans.
Oh, okay,
I
there
just
we go.
it
I don't
just
have to
it
pull
just
them up
didn't
anymore.
for some reason it didn't extract when I downloaded it, so I had to like re-extract the file.
weird.
Oh well.
Reagan can also put the salt into his punch, so that way as he punches you, the salt can also go into your eyes.
Damn. Wait, I have a question.
He's like an
about
old school
that.
wrestler.
Yeah.
Really stupid one. But Stan has glasses on. Would that not like
That
block-
is true. Glasses are a perfect defense here.
block the Stan?
Yeah.
Stan wears glasses, but he only wears them as a trick. He doesn't actually need them.
But he has more of them
Oh.
during fights and encounters. If you just see by my profile picture, when he's fighting the zombies and stuff, he still has them on.
That may be true. But can his glasses endure this next trick? Can you please pull up coin trickery?
Okay. I love the vibe of this so far, by the way.
This is one of Reigen Arataka's special techniques, where he walks up to the opponent, pretending to hypnotize them, and then just socks them in the face. This is very impressive, as he even works against other powerful psychics that are comparable at the time to Mob and his friends.
Yeah, I guess that's fair enough. I mean, he'd have to be interested in the hypnotism. I don't know if Stan really would be in a death battle.
But it's not the hypnotism that's going to attract Stan. It's the
Maybe.
coin.
It is true.
So he comes with that kind of stuff. But there also is some... Let's see. You know what? I think just for the standard stuff, I think I'm gonna stop there for Reigen. That's all I'm gonna say for now. But that's how Reigen Arataka, the greatest psychic of the century, is gonna come standard equipped into this fight.
Standard equip. So there's a few things that Stan has as a standard. Probably most iconically is his smoke bomb, which is seen within the intro of Gravity Falls and just seen within the cartoon. It's kind of acting as like a deception device. As long as it isn't expired. He did once throw one down in the middle of like a shop and it was expired. But most of the time, these are very good for allowing him to get in and make a quick escape. He has a variety of weapons. He has a couple of melee ones, baseball bat, as you can see in my profile picture, brass knuckles, which he has used to fight off zombies before. He is stated to own 10 guns, funny enough. I forget, I will double check what the quote is right now, but he like owns 10 guns, which is a very specific number to have. Yeah, he says... studies show that keeping a ladder in the house is more dangerous than a loaded gun. That's why I own 10 guns in case a maniac tries to sneak in a ladder. So, so he has guns for range combat. He has illegal fireworks. Which are, you know, illegal and very much just explosions. He owns a car called the Stanmobile, which is I think a 1960 El Diablo. He has his nightmare head that so you can kind of you know this, but basically he was convinced to build a hot air balloon to advertise the shack. He's supposed to say that I heart kids. But it started catching fire and going to the ground and said, I eat kids, which is very frightening for the Mystery Shack. And not good representation. He owns a opossum called Shanklin, which is his childhood possum. Part pet, part assassin, perfect weapon.
Does he still have
I don't know, but I think it's funny.
Fair.
Wait, how is it alive still? What?
Like
the
I said,
hell?
I don't know. I think so. He has some
immortal.
other things that he's been able to use. He owns it's like potions. He's been able to use potions to put people to sleep. He did this to somebody who was inside the Mystery Shack. It was like a tourist. And he's surprisingly a decent fighter, even though Stan might not, like he looks older, just naturally, right? He has had experience boxing, alongside his brother, and he has, again, whacked zombies, and one time jumped onto a pterodactyl and ended up punching it, a story that he fabricated at first, but then later on actually did in the same episode. So he is a pretty decent hand-to-hand fighter when the time calls for it. Just like Reigen, I would say he is a dirty fighter as well, to put them... But they're both con men at the end of the day, right? That's one of the big themes of this matchup. They're dirty fighters who will do whatever they want to win. So, realistically, anything is a go here.
Okay.
He also knocked out a squid with a
And
punch. So stupid.
If anyone's curious about the opossums, at max they can live up to 8 years.
Oh, he's dead.
Maybe they'll get a new one.
Okay.
There's a few other esoteric equipment to go over, but I think I'll wait for a minute.
Okay. Yeah, we can go back over to Reigen, because I do have some stuff I can respond with. Like, you said that Stan is pretty experienced with boxing, and I agree, Stan's a pretty good fighter, but can you please pull up Got Hands, please?
Yep. You can start talking about it, and then I'll put it up.
Yeah. So, a lot of people don't actually remember, but Reigen is also experienced in fighting. For he reveals that he is actually a green belt in Shaolin Kung Fu. That might not seem impressive, and you might think he's conning you at first. But, no, he actually, like, he's got motion. Can you please pull up self-defense?
I thought you were gonna say like I thought you were gonna say like, oh yeah, you might like that might not seem impressive, but are you a green belt? Which like no.
This is one of Reigen Arataka's special moves, where he screams self-defense as he rampages on his opponent. He yells self-defense out loud to make sure that people know it's actually self-defense.
I mean, that's a good legal way to, you know.
And you do see kicks.
This rush
Wait,
was
kicks
actually
him too?
so...
Oh.
What happened?
Oh.
Wait.
Yeah, you see punches and kicks in the animation.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And he's doing it all in very quick succession. It was so effective that the person he did it on was actually a really strong Esper who had just previously taken out the vast majority of like Mob's allies, and then Reigen just casually, as the gamers say, he walked up and down smashed. And it actually worked.
Well, he is an Esper, not a physical man.
Yeah.
That's true. But he has even more impressive physical capabilities. Can you please pull up Perfect Exorcism?
Yeah. Just so we don't have to go back to it later, I forgot one thing for Sam that I mentioned for basic equipment, which is he owns a variety of maces and crossbows. They're all in this trunk that he owns, and he's even seen with the crossbow. So that's a few other like melee and ranged options, right? I didn't want to go back to it before we talk about other stuff.
This is another one of Reigen Arataka's special moves, the Exorcism Knee Kick, where he kicks you in the gut so hard that he unironically makes an evil spirit leave your body. Like, that actually happened.
That's
Even
impressive.
even more impressively, after the evil spirit possessed somebody else, the evil spirit slammed Reigen hard on the ground to the point where the ground cratered, and Reigen was able to get up from that. And like, this is a hard like stone, because you can't really tell, but it's like a science facility. So he basically just got cratered into concrete, and he got up.
Damn.
Nice.
So despite Reigen's con man attitude, he actually is a pretty decently stout, I think that's a word, stout fighter. I'm gonna try and save his greatest strength. Yeah, I'm gonna save that for later. I'm not too concerned about Stan's equipment though. I'll talk about that later.
The last things I want to bring up for Stan's equipment is Mystery Shack specific items. Like stuff that he owns and stuff that he can use. Again, this matchup by the picture, like stuff in like it's because it's part of his standard arsenal, and it's kind of seen as the fight within the Mystery Shack, kind of. I forget how it's exactly pitched, but that's kind of the way that it happens, right? So the stuff we can talk about is obviously Stan's, the Stan's greatest lover ever, Goldie. Goldie, who is the copper-coloured attraction of a gold digger who can actually bite through metal, funny enough. Like, its teeth is strong enough just to straight-up bite through metal. Stan, as you might have been able to hear in the starting soon screen, went away with Goldie and did some unforgettable things. Which is what the song...
Was that the bite of 87?
The two main things to bring up are the copier machine. So the copier machine is a old printer that kind of just looks like a copier, but it can create copies of any person that scans on top of the machine, creating a paper copy of them to emerge from the side. It can't copy like accessories, like if somebody's wearing like a tie, right? But it can be the original person. The only issue is that it can like copy individual parts, so it can just be an arm, so the full body is needed. It can be dissolved with water or like any type of liquid, and if you get a paper jam, you get a very disfigured version. That happened to Dipper in the episode. Why does nobody ever put the copy of Dipper up against Jerry the Platypus from Phineas and Ferb?
Oh, brother.
New matchup. I want royalties.
DBX
we all know
matchup
Jerry
right there.
would
I mean, okay,
Yeah.
I have two questions. One, I thought the copier broke at the end of the episode. Am I wrong?
I don't know, but also this would be considered for the sake of the debate.
Okay, fair. Second, would Stan even know how to use a printer?
I mean, I think so. I don't see, like, would it not make... Stan's, like, intelligence with things... I'll get into his intelligence, because he is genuinely, like, probably top 3 of the verse, right? Like, he is very underrated in terms of intelligence. I don't think... He's not stupid to not know how to use, like, a printer or a copier.
Okay.
Does he know what it can do? I don't remember if he knew in
So
the
Stan
episode.
plays really dumb, is the thing within the series, right?
Oh.
He plays very stupid because obviously he doesn't want to get the kids involved, and he doesn't want everybody to find out what is the central mystery of Gravity Falls, which is him trying to bring back his brother, right? Like, he knew
Right.
of the journals, like, as soon as he had them, he read through them all, he photocopied the pages. He's like, you can have this back, it wasn't even important to me. And then they show him wait, that is photocopying. He does it. So that debunks your argument if he knows how to use it. He does a similar thing. Like, he would know, again, he's been in the shack for at least, I think it's like 20 years or something, right? 30 maybe. It's a long time in his life that he's there for. So it wouldn't make sense for him to not know how these equipment work. Speaking of the other piece of equipment, there is the shifting carpet, or the electron carpet. It's kept in the Hidden Fod's room. It is a fuzziness that can switch bodies if needed through a like if you build up enough electricity through static charge, right? Not really know how useful it would be in a battle like this, but it's worthy to bring up. I know. Bring the possum back. Maybe I can switch bodies with the possum.
You know, I've seen a lot of fight potential, but not for like Stan using this stuff. More like them actually winning.
Oh, in terms of an animation, yes, 100%. A lot of the hijinks would be just from them bumping into everything in the mystery shack, right?
Yes. So I guess it'd be like somebody called Reigen because they think that the shack is haunted,
Or
and so that Reigen is like in the hat and he's like going.
it's
through the
something that
house.
Stan would very clearly advertise. He would very much put up and be like, "Hey, check out this Summerween. Come to the mystery shack." Like, this is something that he would do to get like people in. But in terms of a debate, obviously, there's a lot more assumption in terms of how a character would use something rather than how it would play out in an animation.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially since a lot of this stuff, Stan, like he like we know he has it, but it's questionable whether or not he'd use it in the middle of the fight.
But then, and then again, it's like scenarios different because obviously this is a fight to the death. Because it's death battle.
Yep. You never know what you can do
Yeah.
until someone puts a gun in you.
And Stan is a very creative, on his feet fighter. Again, I don't really want to touch on intelligence right now.
Okay.
Anything for you, Malon?
Well, there is some other stuff that Reigen does get. This is like a bit more of like the optional stuff. So can you please pull up neutral special?
Okay, as I'm doing that, someone said in chat, does he get Shakatron? No, you need like 20 people to pilot that.
No.
For one.
Yeah. So even if he got Shakatron, he couldn't
And
use it.
two, that's a lot more credited to like other people like Ford and Fiddleford and, you know. Which one did you say again, sorry?
Oh, sorry.
Neutral.
What did I say?
Neutral.
I forgot.
There we go, sorry.
Yeah, neutral special. Right. So this happened during one of the earlier arcs in the story where Reigen invades a base of psychics. And this one psychic, who I forget the name of, had a gun that shoots basically pressurized psychic energy. And now obviously Reigen is deflecting it. But obviously that we're not scaling for that. He was empowered by something when this happened. And for people who are wondering, no, we will not be giving Reigen we will not be giving Reigen 1000%, because Reigen 1000% happened when it was a bunch of different factors, kind of like the Shacktron, where it's mostly attributed to Mob getting really stressed out in that moment and giving all of his energy to Reigen. So even if Mob was there at the shack, it's highly like you would have to make a very weird scenario where he gets really stressed out in order to give Reigen that power. So he probably wouldn't even get it in the first place, even if Mob was there.
It's too much of a. You need a lot of outside help and a setup that would very much be unfavorable to Stan.
So why am I even bringing the gun up? Because this guy actually gave Reigen the gun in a later arc of the story. Yeah, Mob was going up to fight this guy's boss, and he gave Reigen this gun as a way of helping back Mob up. So Reigen technically can have this gun as a part of his equipment, and it is an actual gun that shoots pressurized spiritual energy.
Dang.
So he does technically have this gun. If we were doing this for the sake
I got
of
a question. How good of a shot is he?
That's an excellent question. You see, Reigen Arataka is a man of many different skills because he took on a lot of different like odd jobs before he started and landed as like a spiritual guy. So there was like one point he was a masseuse, he was taking on a whole bunch of other jobs, but he's also just very skilled at all of these different random things. Like when it comes to throwing stuff, like he's a pretty good shot. He's pretty decent. Like he has like I would say that he would just have like the standard shot of like the average person or above average, because he actually is like, again, pretty physically capable. I highly doubt that he would like get like insane drawback from the gun that would stop him from aiming right. So he would be like a decent shot.
It makes sense for Sam to be an above average shot given everything that we've seen about him. His prevalence for combat, his again, him owning 10 guns. It's crazy. Nobody invade the mystery chat, goddamn. Like him being banned from all these states, it would make sense he's an above average shot. I just want to bring it up because obviously, there's a difference between having the weapon and knowing how to use it, right?
Well, I mean,
but being able to like actually aim and not get like recoiled.
Yeah, I'm saying Reigen would be fine. He could probably use the gun very solidly and move the fight. And I guess I can bring it up now. Can you pull up Street Fighter DLC? I should have brought it up before.
It's coming.
DLC.
This is just another example of him with his Shaolin Kung Fu. Here, Reigen uses his special move, Hamburger Uppercut, to instantly KO and knock a guy several feet into the air. And this guy is like solidly knocked out instantly from the punch. And sent flying. So he is pretty decently strong.
Yeah, well, we'll wait a little bit on stats. Just because, again, stats can always be the deciding factor for debate. So...
Now, there is one more thing. I know I talked about it a little bit before we started, Saul. But, realistically, if Reigen did go to a different location where he knew something might go up, he would not go alone. And I'm not saying he would bring Mob, because Mob is his own character, and Mob, let's be honest, Mob would just kind of battlefield,
100%.
right? Yeah.
I'm not going to argue that Stan could beat Mob in a fight. I know my limits. I know where I stand, and I know it's right there.
Right. So I'm not saying that Reigen would bring Mob, but there is somebody else who we know is known for following around Reigen because they want to protect him. Can you please pull up Dimple?
Boo. Regular. You got two. Okay.
Yeah, just a picture. So, for people that don't know, this is Dimple. Dimple is one of the cursed spirits from Mob Psycho who befriends Mob.
Whoa,
that was loud.
Christ, man.
Damn, someone drove out
In
of here.
hell.
I'm about to say, yeesh, that
When you live
scared
next to
me.
a highway.
Okay. What was I saying? Oh yes, Dimple is a
Thank you,
cursed
Kuma. I'll
spirit
send you your
that
20
Mob
soon.
befriends, and and Dimple, this is like his normal state. He does get stronger in the series, but he typically does not have that level of strength. So he's kind of just like a pretty wimpy cursed spirit. Uh, the only people that can see him are people with psychic energy and Reigen, because Reigen, after getting the 1,000% boost from Mob, he did keep some of the spiritual energy inside of himself. So he is able to see and communicate with Dimple to an extent. So Dimple can do like all the standard like curse spirit stuff. He can manipulate things, make things float around, but he can also possess people. Can you please pull up Dimple buff?
Okay. Again, I kind of talk about picture intention and stuff a little bit.
So this is when Dimple possessed somebody who is a member of the Body Improvement Club that Mob was a part of. And in this example, the only reason that this character is this buff is because the person who's part of the Body Improvement Club was already really buff. But Dimple does make it a point that he can help emphasize and strengthen the muscles of somebody who's already there. So in a previous episode, when he possessed Mob, he couldn't really make Mob that strong because Mob is just a little kid. He's wimpy. He had no strength behind him. But Reigen is actually a grown ass man and actually has pretty decent muscle mass and stamina, which I'll talk about later. So he could actually amp up Reigen pretty decently to get stronger in the middle of a fight. Not like to insane levels, but definitely above peak human.
That's fine. Yeah, there's a... Yeah, okay. I guess that makes sense.
That's a pretty good one.
So I think that's all I have before we get into stats.
I guess the only thing I would say is Stan is genuinely super intelligent within the verse. Again, I would argue that he's top 3. It kind of... Who's the better con man here is a fluke point because they're not...
No, don't do that.
What?
That's part of the fun of the debate. Debating who could con.
Yeah,
the
but I don't feel like they would... I would argue that Reigen is probably the better con man, but I think Stan is more intelligent to not fall for any cons. Again, Stan has been tricking people across the entire United States since he was just an adult. He's tricked, like, everybody who has come across the Mystery Shack. He has been able to rebuild his image after, like, Gideon slandered him. Like, everybody has hated and then loved him. Again, he's managed to figure out the interdimensional portal that Ford was thrown into. Yes, it took a very long time, but Ford purposely made his notes very hard and muddled to follow, right? Like Ford intentionally made it so that nobody could realistically follow him, because obviously you knew the dangers and all that of having the portal open, and Stan figured that out. He is a genuinely intelligent individual. A lot of people kind of downplay Stan's intelligence because he is like he plays dumb, right? He doesn't want Dipper and Mabel involved.
Yeah.
Dipper looks around and is asking all these questions, and he's like, "Oh, I'm just your Grunkle, you know, I'm just sitting back and doing whatever." Like, he's had multiple secret identities from being, like, going to town to town. He's been able to, like, fake his own death. He taught a bear how to drive. He's obviously had to learn, like, higher dimensional maths and intimate physics to understand the portal. Like, I just don't want people coming out of this and being like, "Oh yeah, Stan, you know, the dumb guy from Gravity Falls." Like, no. Like, the only people who are, like, realistically above him, you could argue 3, which is, like, Fiddleford when he's not insane, Ford himself, and then fucking Bill Cipher. Like, and being lesser than those 3 is Like, there are leaps and bounds between some of those characters, right? Like, being fourth within that intelligence scale is not, like, it's not a big bad thing, right? So he is genuinely really smart.
I feel like while it is definitely insanely impressive that he figured out that portal, I'm not gonna like
Oh,
try
yeah,
and
yeah,
like
of
debunk
course.
that at all. Like he did,
Yeah.
he did do that. He did do that. So like I'm not docking that from like as a feat that he did, but I feel like there is still like a difference between him being able to figure out the portal and like follow the notes through to remake it again to like overall intelligence. And even like with his scams that he did across the country, yeah, they worked. But the fact that he was running across the country, he was running across the country because eventually they stopped working. People kept figuring him out, and he had to keep running away. And then when he landed in Gravity Falls and he had the mystery shack and he started like actually making a name for himself and fooling people, let's be honest, the average IQ level of the Gravity Falls citizen isn't exactly
That's
a
fair.
high bar to
But
get
basically,
across.
what I'm just trying to highlight is that he is really smart. Like,
Yeah.
the only issues he has is, like, things that wouldn't be really prevalent here, like social situations he's not the best in. But, like, when he was, like,
Yeah.
arrested in police handcuffs, like, he had this timer going for every time the gravity would lift, and he was able to break out of the cuffs and then basically incapacitate the two trained CIA agents, I'll let you know, by the way. Like, even though they aren't, like, even though they're kind of portrayed a little bit on the lesser scale of intelligence, they did survive the zombie event. Like, these guys who aren't supposed to be combatively, like, not great. Obviously thrown off by gravity and all that, but even still being able to overpower and, like, knock them down is something in itself.
That's true. That's true.
Can you pull up Reigen's greatest strength? I guess since we're talking about it, I can do it now.
Yeah, I did look at this one earlier because I was like, what does he mean?
So, you mentioned before that Stan isn't the best in social situations, but this is precisely the area where Reigen excels. Reigen, even though he knows he's not the best, and even though he knows he's not like the greatest around, he understands how to talk to people. He understands how to make people think the way he wants them to think. And he uses his confidence and his words in order to do this literally throughout the entire series. Even the people who reasonably should not fall for his bullshit. He tricks the entire psychic community into thinking he's powerful. He tricks like psychics in front of him who know he has no power and can sense him. But through sheer confidence and his words, he is able to break these people down. Because he understands how to get at people's core and how to strike at their emotions. Because that's how he gets his business to work. That's how he makes people believe that there are spirits there in the first place. And because of that, I do think with the way he can talk, Stan might be able to see through his cons, but Reigen could still probably manipulate Stan in a way where he could maybe control the flow of the fight. Because Stan is like, he's smart, but he is a bit of a hothead.
He can be, yes, but obviously this is a scenario where he's trying to throw hands anyway, right? He kind of questions how much is Reigen going to be able to talk when somebody is, like, throwing brass knuckle hands at him. But obviously we'd have to go into stats.
Yep. I mean, hey.
Do you want to
start? Yeah, sure, I'll start. I don't have a lot of reference stuff for this, but I did pull up how he was able to basically launch a grown-ass man several feet into the air and knock him out instantly. Him getting cratered into the ground, I mentioned before, breaking the concrete. That would get his durability to at least wall level. Oh my god, we made it to wall level! Woo, baby! Okay, but there is some strange feats that you can give Reigen. For example, in the very end of Mob Psycho 100, I guess spoiler warning for anyone who hasn't seen the end of Mob Psycho, Mob basically freaks the fuck out. He finally like crashes out and can't control himself, and Reigen and sorry, Mob creates basically a giant cyclone of psychic energy that is like causing cars and buildings and even street signs to like uproot themselves and start flying all over the place. And Reigen, with a little bit of help, but mostly by himself, he's able to just walk through this storm and get all the way to the center to Mob.
Dang.
Like that's a pretty impressive feat, and it might seem like an outlier, but Reagan's actually not only really durable, but he actually has a lot of stamina too. There's another episode where Mob is like getting ready because as I mentioned before, he's part of the Body Improvement Club. Because Mob, the whole story with Mob is like he doesn't like he values his psychic powers, but he doesn't want his psychic powers to be the only reason he's popular. So he like actually tries to work out. He actually tries to join other groups. Like he understands that just having powers doesn't make you a good person, and he wants to actually try to be a good person. So he joins like this workout club, and the workout club is getting ready for a marathon that the school is doing around like several city blocks. And at first, Reigen is just watching Mob get ready, but then Reigen actually starts running with Mob, and he shows off that like he basically could just do the whole marathon by himself if he really wanted to. Like Reigen is actually an extremely fit person by like weird like he's weirdly fit. There was another time where he was possessed by a cursed spirit, and unlike Dimple, this cursed spirit didn't like amplify his body or anything, but this cursed spirit was able to take Reigen's body and basically run across the city with it. Like it was really funny.
So, in terms of versus stuff, why would you say like, what do you say like AP? Would you say like building, large building, and for speed? Like, where does all of this land then?
For his strength, I would definitely say wall is definitely safest. If you amp him with Dimple, you could get him to his strength to get building, maybe even large building with Dimple. But I think normally he's just wall. But with durability, I do think you can hire that he can like stonewall a lot of things that the average person could not. Especially if you take into account this feat. Can you please pull up Supermassive?
Oh boy.
Yes.
So this is also from when Reigen had 1000. I'm gonna explain it because something else happened, right? So this is an Esper that they were fighting, who was like the big bad of the arc, and he states very clearly he has the ability to create miniature black holes that swallow and obliterate anything on contact. And so this is Reigen when he has Mob's powers. So obviously he just like, and the ball is gone, right? He's an absolute stud. So this is with Mob's power. So it doesn't count, right? Well, after Mob's power goes away, this guy, instead of making a miniature one, decides to make an actually really big one. And it starts sucking everybody in, including Reigen, who was not being protected by anyone's psychic energy at the time. And Reigen was able to resist the pull of the black hole.
Okay.
Now, depending on how you interpret this, obviously this can be a little BS.
Yeah.
but again, it did happen. It did happen.
I guess.
Like, how did he resist it? Like, was he running away from it or just standing still?
He was resisting the pull of it, basically. You know, like as it was pulling him, he was like fighting back against it.
Okay.
So
Was it like running away, or like standing his ground and trying to stay there?
He doesn't remember.
Well, I mean, it's because the scene is kind of weird.
Okay. I can go. So, I guess kind of wall to large building strength, and then what for speed?
If you scale, because he does actually react to a lot of the other psychics in the series, and that would get him to at least hypersonic. Because he wasn't empowered at that time, but he can react to like their attacks and stuff.
I'm trying to get a basis for like jury and versus people at home who you know, might not just
Yeah.
might just know that stuff. I can go into Stan now. Gravity Falls people are weirdly cracked. I'm not kidding. Where's the video? Oh, now you've deleted my scans. Okay.
Yes,
Oh.
sir.
But basically,
Damn.
there are multiple. I'll just go for speed because it's easiest. There are multiple light timing feats within Gravity Falls. The two here are kind of two moving in tandem stuff. We have Dipper moving in tandem with a ray of light and Ford reacting to the memory gun. The memory gun are stated to be, I think it's in Journal 3, they're stated to be like radiation, right?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
I was
blast
ready to debate
away
against
from
the memory
radiation.
gun, but I completely forgot about the ray of
I
light.
was
so yeah, you
not
got me
going to
there.
bring up the memory gun feat until I found out it was radiation, funny enough, so you wouldn't have even had to. So this gets to sub-rela to relativistic, but there is actually another feat to back up this. I didn't get the thing, but it's when when Dipper and Mabel are using, the flashlight that make you shrink and grow.
Right.
Obviously, they're still flashlights at the end of the day. They are still like light. They still travel like light, which gets you to 30% the speed of light. Again, I did have a video for this. It must have gotten eaten. So,
This is one of my special moves where I get rid of
literally,
Saul's evidence.
I'm so hungry. I've eaten my evidence. But those are kind of the light time inconsistencies within Gravity Falls, right?
Okay.
And Stan should physically scale above the kids from just a narrative level, from stuff like that. I don't
Yeah.
think I need to argue that, right?
Well, actually, no, you got it.
In terms of strength, he has, again, beaten up a pterodactyl capable of ripping the roof off of a car, knocking out giant squids. He punched a bunch of eagles out of the sky one time. But Gravity Falls does not just end with its direct showings of Stan, because he's not the protagonist and the other kids exist, right? Such as, there is this great going boom that Dipper tanks, right? Which gets...
Oh, the box divider
Yes.
guy.
Which gets to a small building level, right? There's a few other characters who back this up in the verse, funny enough.
Winners don't lose.
Stan,
That's what the guy says.
yeah,
The name of
Stan
the-
has a feat of being knocked into a metal pipe hard enough that it bends. And someone who we should probably scale pretty far above, Zeus takes a cannonball to the stomach, which gets to, like, wall level.
Oh, hold on. Zeus is pretty...
It's not Stan.
Damn, we're gonna scale him to
I
Zeus?
know.
Oh, fuck.
So we have another feat of there are these in Dipper's Guide to the Unexplained. They get attacked by this really big island like mouth thingy, right? And they basically try. They basically almost get. They basically get crushed underneath the attack, right? But they're fine by it. And this gets to 236.64 tons of TNT, as it said, but you're a solid multi-city block level calc. Now, what if I told you that wasn't the only multi-city level calc that Gravity Falls has? And that it happened pretty early on. Because we have this feat. So, ignore the UFO, the shape, it's fine. It doesn't become relevant at all. This explosion was taken by Dipper and Gideon at the end. I believe it's when the Gideon mech blows up. I might be quoting the wrong feat here, but I believe it's that one, right?
Yeah, because this is when it fell off the
Yes.
train tracks, I think.
And Gideon...
Wait.
Gideon
wasn't
was...
in that explosion. Oh,
Gideon
yeah,
was...
he was.
Damn it. Gideon basically tanked, because he was like at the centre of it, right? He was still in it.
What?
And this feat
it.
gets to 8. I will double check the what I called the file. 880 tons of TNT. which again is another high multi-city block level feat.
To be fair, you could argue that Gideon was probably protected by some of the inside
Yes,
of the machine he
there
was
is
in.
there is a calc that accounts for that, and it gets it to like the 300-400 rate.
Okay.
there are calcs that account for how much, like that is just assuming that Gideon took the max. If you account for it, it gets into that similar 200 to 300 range, I believe. So we're talking
okay,
multi-city
okay.
block and faster than light Stan.
But how does he get rid of Dimple?
He runs past and beats the shit out of Reigen.
I mean, I think that's possible, but I did talk about Dimple possessing Reigen. One thing I didn't bring up was a possibility of Dimple just possessing
There is a very funny outcome though, if we have Dimple in here. Can
yeah?
Reigen like physically interact with Dimple? Get enough static charge, and then he'll switch their bodies.
Okay.
Oh. Oh.
Well, actually, I don't know if static would work on spirits, but you know what? Fair.
It's more of a funny thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it. Multi-city block and FTL is consistent for low tier Gravity Falls characters. If I know we kind of joked about it, but again, a majority of the cast would scale to this. So if we give Wendy and Zeus, they would scale to this. So it would be 3 multi-city block relativistic threats. FTL.
I mean, if you bring in Wendy and Seuss, Reigen does have another employee, not Mob, but another employee.
Again, I kind of looked at this from a
that?
1v1 perspective. When you consider employees and stuff for the Mystery Shack, like technically
Yeah.
the kids are employees under the shack.
Let's not bring children.
Children
into,
fighting!
the
I can
battle.
pay for this! Yeah. But yeah, like,
Just using
I don't want to
Dipper as a
harp on
human
the
shield.
outside support, but obviously it would not be good.
Yeah, I only counted Dimple because like Dimple is like definitely
Yeah.
around
I
Reigen.
think it's fine to
like
talk about.
even. Yeah, Dimple would technically count. So I wouldn't count.
Do we
the
want to
other
go
guy,
into
but
final
yeah.
arguments?
Yes, you can go first.
What about your funny thing?
That's what I'm saying. You can
Oh.
go first.
Okay. Jury at home, you have heard that this is a multi-city block guy versus a like small to large building at best. A hypersonic versus what do you say? It was hypersonic versus
Well,
yeah,
I said
hypersonic versus like relativistic to FTL at best. However, Stan does have the best feat ever. He had a fist fight with Stan Lee in 1973, which is why he can't look at comics. Now,
What?
do we all remember Stan Lee and what he said? He said, the person who wants to win in a fight is the person the scriptwriter wants to win. And hold it now. I'm flying in an extra sauce to say who if they think Stan should win. Stan. There we go. That is that can't be me. That can't be me because I'm right here right now. But I just got a fifth person, the scriptwriter, to say who they think would win, and they said Stan.
They didn't
I didn't
even
hear a
say
thing.
anything.
What is?
Did you not hear?
They didn't say anything. No, we didn't hear it.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything.
Should be able to hear it.
Okay. Now we hear it.
That's not me. That's the scriptwriter. But like for actual real final arguments, Stan should just be way stronger and way faster. Like he has better like melee like weapons and stuff, which should be able just to cut through on one shot with this bad of a stat gap. Smoke bombs would be able to keep like Reigen at bay and disorient him if he needed. He has multiple range weapons, including a crossbow, 10 guns, and these fireworks. If we want to go for more esoteric options, there's the copying machine, which Stan could use to have copies of himself. Kind of just distract. Again, the stat gap is so large that it feels inconsequential to argue anything else at this point, because it is run over and one taps the man with that much of a difference. Moloch, do you want to go?
Yes. Can you please pull up Reigen's last
I
stand?
had to view this video beforehand to, Oh, the video is here now! The one that I meant to bring up for... Okay. Sorry. I'm uploading it right now, but the video storage on Restream is full. So it might take... No, but I've deleted some, so it might take a minute, is what I'm saying.
Really a scooter.
Okay, well, I guess while that's uploading, let me just say, while it is true that Stan does seem to have a pretty significant edge when it comes to stats, I believe that Reigen's overall ability to talk and communicate in situations, because, like, again, Reigen is very experienced to talking down people who are significantly stronger than him in the middle of a fight, especially, like, even though we can say that Stan has higher...
Oh, it's
here
still
we go, okay.
processing. Give it a minute. Keep going.
Oh. Even though we could say Stan probably has higher reaction speed, I do think that only really applies to reaction speed. I wouldn't really say...
Oh, no.
Yeah, not yet.
Shit.
I'll pause it.
Don't
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Keep going.
He might have higher reaction speed, but I do think that only would apply in close range. I do think that if Reigen is able to get the jump on him and maybe use the air gun, he can take him out. And also, while Stan does have the advantage, he does not have a clear answer for Dimple. Dimple could easily provide backup for Reigen. And I completely forgot. But if Reigen possesses, but if Dimple possesses Reigen, Reigen can't just, like, levitate. So that is something that Dimple can also give him an advantage in that area
no
too.
clip of the fight.
Yeah, he could literally no clip out the fight if he wanted to, and just spam air gun from the air. Or Dimple could just possess Stan, and then we got it from there, boys.
I'm ready
But
for this video.
even if you don't buy any, even if you don't buy any of that, there's still this.
This is so funny. Hang on. I'm gonna full screen it for you. Ignore how I called him Pappy.
Oh, no. Oh, shit. I forgot to do all my research. Alright. Don't worry, Molek.
Give
You got
appropriate.
this.
Here we go! Last minute research rush!
This is one of Molek's special moves, where he searched the internet at the last minute in order to find information on his character. Molek realized something.
Wait a minute. I'm debating against Saul. He might make Stan scaled to Bill Cipher. How do I beat that?
And that's when he remembered his ace in the hole.
Summer 2022 second contest.
Back in 2022, Reigen Arataka competed against characters from various different fan bases. One such character was Sans Undertale, who he fought viciously in battle. This is important, because Sans beat Bill in the same tournament. And so, by the law of transitive relation, the most basic power scaling principle, Reigen is stronger than Bill Cipher!
That sounds about
those
right.
are real DMs between me and Moloch, by the way. He did just screenshot our DMs. You can notice because I changed profile picture between the first message and the second message.
Yeah.
You do change profile picture.
I do. I do it a lot on Discord. I will make the poll now. Versus, do you want to start?
Sure. I am leaning a little bit to Reigen, mainly just because of it seems the Dimple thing might throw Stan for a loop, which I don't think he's really prepared for. I understand there's a lot of wacky shit in Gravity Falls, but I don't remember anything that was like near Dimple. Like unless you want to say Bill, but I would say Bill would be he's not going to expect another Bill randomly. I do understand that there seems to be a wider arsenal with Stan, but I'm still leaning towards Reigen.
Okay, that's one vote for Reigen. Akuma?
I noticed between the two of you, you don't actually presented a lot of video evidence. And you're both representing con men, so I'm not sure exactly how much I can trust of your information. But based on what I've seen outside the dimple thing, Stan is supposedly stronger and faster and has more options. And if he can fight the mental control of Bill Cipher, he could possibly also fight off the possession of Dimple. I'm not sure about that.
Dimple enters his brain. It's like, oh fuck. And there's just like a memory. I like stand there. He's like, well, guess we're doing this again.
Oh my.
And there's one thing about that Tumblr Man thing. Reigen lost to Stan. To Sans.
Nah.
Okay.
He did win the
That
next
is
one,
one for oh,
but yeah, I am voting for.
that's one for Stan, one for Reagan. So it comes down to the community, and the community has spoken with 10 votes. Come on.
Ooh.
Come on. Stan has won this
Yeah.
with 70%, 70% of the votes to Reagan's 30%. So 7 people voted Stan, 3 people voted Reagan.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair.
I really like this one.
Like,
It's a super fun one. It just kind of does become a little bit clear after you look at stats. It's hard to
Yeah.
fight against a guy who is like hypersonic to like relativistic is a big gap, right?
Yeah. And we don't even know if Stan can actually see Dimple.
He probably
Gravity
can.
Falls, there probably is a situation ready to happen.
that's a difficult. I would say there's a possibility of it.
Yeah. So that's it. I will double check. Oh. We do have a few casts coming up. Chim would beat me with hammers if I didn't mention this, probably. But tomorrow we have a kind of a Nebula Theatre double feature. Here in the schedule, we have Princess Peach versus Maria from Castlevania. So Chim will be on that one, handsome man. And on the very same day, this isn't a fan battle one, this is actually a Nebula versus cult, and its versus cult. Fuck! It was doing so well! Damn you, Sherm. We'll have a Nebula versus cult with Lane versus Donnie Darko. That will contain all your favourite people from the Nebula team, which is me, Zoro, Sherm, Pline. We're getting the boys back together. And on Sunday, August 16th, we will have Arceus from Pokemon versus Nicole Bolas from Magic the Gathering. Yeah, so you've got a fun-filled, packed-filled week.
Nice.
Yeah, that's
All
it.
right.
I've been your host, Saul. We've had everybody. Thank you for joining us. This was a we as soon as I was talking about setting up with this one, everybody jumped on really quickly because it's a simple debate. I would love to see this happen as a death battle. The fight would be fun. It's a good way to like bring on these two returning franchises, right? Where it's like you still talk about high tier stuff, but at the end of the day, these are two con men who the best part of the fight is their personalities, right? Seeing them bounce off each other. Yeah, I never said a stipulation of this cast, which was I did say if I lost, I would have sung the Stan Wrong song, but I didn't lose, so I don't have to sing. Goodbye, everybody.
Yeah.
I regret voting.
Yeah.
Uh,